Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. If you have came here, if you're new, hello, my name is Tamara, also known as Mastermind T. So today I'm going to be talking about a very sensitive subject, sensitive topic. I'm going to tell you guys about my ectopic pregnancy experience. One of the main reasons why I wanted to come and do a video on my ectopic pregnancy experience is because when it happened to me, when I had my ectopic pregnancy, I looked on YouTube and I spent countless hours looking at videos on ectopic pregnancy, looking on websites about it just to get some hope because I felt really hopeless and like in despair. So I've been wanting to do this video for a very long time, even if I could give just one person hope and to help them and just to give them some words of encouragement. That's what I want to do. So now that I finally have the courage to start my YouTube channel, I wanted to really spread this out to people, and even if just one person sees it, like, glory to God. So anywho, I'm gonna be looking down because I have some notes. I didn't want to forget anything. And also, disclaimer, I was like thinking about this video before I did it and I started like tearing up, but I'm like, so if the video fades or if it cuts out, it's because your girl started crying on camera. So I'm trying to spread positivity and light and I don't want to cry on camera. So yeah, so I apologize in advance. So yeah, so anywho, so my ectopic pregnancy experience. So I had my first positive pregnancy test. Ooh, I think my husband and I found out, was it November or December? No, it wasn't December because I remember looking at some Christmas photos and being like, oh my gosh, I was pregnant in that photo and I didn't know. So I think I found out in January of 2019 that I was pregnant. Yes. Super happy, super ecstatic. I'm telling everybody, which I learned my lesson. For me personally, you know, I just won't tell anybody now unless I'm 12 weeks or, you know, I feel safe. But anywho, I think I'm like 4 or 5 weeks. I'm telling everybody, telling my husband's parents, everybody knows, everybody's aware. So we're excited. You know, we already, I went to the doctor, they confirmed the pregnancy, scheduled the ultrasound. So, you know, I'm just going on, moving with life as usual. So I'm at work. At that time, I was a hospital social worker. So I worked in a hospital. So I was constantly on my feet, moving around. I had a coworker who were like this. Shout out to you. You know who you are. But we're just walking down the hallway. And I started to feel this immense pain on my left side. I mean, it just stopped me in my tracks. It hurt so bad. And she was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, are you sure? You look like you are in pain. And I'm like, I'm in pain, but I'm gonna keep pushing through. I kept having that pain, but I kept ignoring it. Why? I do not know. Please listen to your body. Like when you have pain over and over and over again, listen to your body. Listen to it. Do not ignore it. I was ignoring it. I was trying to push through because I'm like, it's probably nothing. I'm gonna keep pushing through. Kept having the pain. Kept having the pain. So the day of the ultrasound, my husband and I went to the gym because I was like, oh, I can't be pregnant and lazy and stuff like that. I need to go to the gym. I was in so much pain in the gym. Like I was in so much pain. I didn't know why, but I kept ignoring it because I was just like, don't be lazy, Tamara. Mind you, if you see my video prior, I was in the military. So I'm just like, whatever. Don't ignore, you know, keep pushing through the pain. So that's my mentality. Push through the pain, push through the pain. Once we left the gym, I could barely walk. Like that's how much in pain I was in. Went home, took a shower, went to the ultrasound. So me and my husband are excited because we were like, oh, we know we can't wait to see the baby. So, you know, I'm laying down, the lady, the ultrasound technician, I hope that's the right terminology, looking for the baby. So she's just looking. So I'm looking like, is that the baby? Is that the baby? I'm just looking like, what's going on? She's not saying anything. She's just quiet. So me and my husband were like, okay, wait. She kept being quiet. So then that's when I was like, oh crap, like something's wrong. Like what's going on, right? Saying nothing. 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes go past, not saying anything. So internally, I'm freaking out, right? So then she tells us to hold on. She steps out. So I'm looking at my husband and I'm just like, what's going on, right? I'm like, I don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. So she comes back in and she's like, Dr. Blank is I had to call Dr. Blank. She's on her way over here from the hospital. She's scheduling the OR for you to get prepped for surgery or something to that extent. And I was like, whoa, like what? I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And she's just like, I can't tell you anymore. The doctor will talk to you when she gets here. And I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, first of all, I came here to see my baby. Didn't get a chance to see my baby. Now I have to have emergency surgery. What is going on? So the doctor comes over. She tells me, it looks like you are having an ectopic pregnancy. And I was like, what the heck? What is an ectopic pregnancy? What is that? Pretty much she was telling me that the baby is stuck in one of my fallopian tubes. And when she was doing like an exam on me and was checking me internally, hello, not trying to get too graphic, it hurt so bad. She was pressing on the tube and she's like, yeah, that's the swollen tube. That is a tube that we have to take out. And when we do the surgery, we'll also check your other tubes to make sure it's not blocked. So we're devastated because not only, one, did we come to see the baby, didn't get a chance to see the baby. Now I have to have emergency surgery. And also the realization that our baby is pretty much gone. There's no way to save the baby. Keep going. So, okay, wait, I'll be back, guys. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. I had a moment there. So they were like, you know, you can't save the baby. So I'm talking to my husband, and my husband is like, you know, how are they gonna save the baby? How are they gonna? And I had to like reiterate to him, like, there's no saving the baby. And I wasn't trying to be mean about it, but I'm like, they cannot save the baby. Like, there's no way they can save the baby. The baby is stuck inside my tube. They're gonna take my tube out. We cannot save the baby. So he was devastated, of course. The doctor's telling me, like, you know, you could have died. This surgery was extremely, or this, your ectopic pregnancy is extremely serious. You could have died. I don't know why I felt like she felt like I wasn't taking it serious, because I was taking it extremely serious. And she's like, yeah, your tube could have burst, you know. And I saw afterwards, I had to have surgery. Just roll into it. I had to have surgery. They removed my tube. They took pictures of everything. They also looked inside my other tube to make sure it wasn't blocked, and I don't believe they said it was blocked. But I was able to see pictures of the tube. I could see my baby. I could see my baby's eye forming in my tube, and y'all, it just so anywho. So I had to have surgery, and of course, like, I had to let I was out for a week from work. So I had to let everybody know, like, you know, yeah, I went in for the weekend, and then, yeah, I'm coming back. And my boss knew why I was out, because I sent her my medical paperwork. So fast forward, I come back to work. It's a little painful to walk, but I'm able to recover. Emotionally, still extremely hurt, you know, extremely hurt. My husband and myself, I would say that was definitely a rough time in our marriage. In our relationship, having to deal with that. So anywho, it was hard for me to walk, but I'm continuing to, you know, go to work, do what I need to do. But mentally, I was freaking out, because I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go back to work. Like I was stating, mentally, it was very hard for me. I was stressing about, oh my gosh, will I ever get pregnant again? Will I ever get pregnant again? The doctor advised us to wait at least like 3 or 4 months to try again. But even with that, I was terrified, because I'm like, I know my husband wants a child, and what if I cannot give him a baby? So I was terrified. Like, I was on YouTube, like I said, trying to find videos on that type of pregnancy. I was searching the internet. It was to the point where I would stay up until 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, researching about ectopic pregnancy and looking at other people's videos, trying to get some hope, trying to see, like, you know, how was it for other people, to the point where I would stay up, like I said, till 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning, to be honest, and having to get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and going back to work. But the worry, the anxiety of not being able to have a child kept me up at night, and I was terrified. It was really bothering me. And at that time, my commute to work was about 45 minutes. So I used to I would listen to music, I would pray, talk to God. I'm not the most holiest, sanctified person, but I feel like I have my own relationship with God, that I can just talk to God wherever I am. I could just pray whenever I feel like it, you know. It doesn't have to be a formal setting. And driving, it was so peaceful, which is a road, just straight. And like I said, let me make sure I'm not getting, okay. And like I said, it was bothering me so bad. So one day when I was driving to work, I prayed as I was driving. And I said, God, I'm worrying too much. I'm stressing. I said, God, if you could please give me a dream, give me a sign, something, God, please, to let me know that I'm going to be able to give birth to my own child and have a baby one day. God, please. Like, I'm begging you, Lord, like, please. And I was like, God, please, if you can do this, so I can, you know, and I'm gonna give it to you after you give me my answer. I'm gonna give it to you and let it go. You know, I can't stress anymore about it, because it's keeping me up at night. I'm on websites, I'm on YouTube, I'm just looking it up, and it's keeping me up at night. I can't continue to live like this. I'm exhausted, mentally, physically. I'm tired. So I don't know when, maybe a week or 2 weeks, I don't know, but I had a dream. I had a dream that I had 2 sons, and it felt so real. Like, I'm about to tear up again, but these are happy tears. I had a dream that I had 2 sons, and it was me and my husband on the bed, and my 2 sons were playing with my husband. When I woke up, I knew that dream was from God, and I knew God was telling me, there you go, Tamara. You asked me for it, I'm giving it to you. Now let it go. So when I woke up, I was like, okay, God, I received that. I'm letting it go. I'm giving it to you. I receive it, God. Like, thank you for that. I don't know when it's going to happen, but the fact that you were able to give me that dream to confirm that I will give birth one day and have a baby and have a child, and who knows, it might be a boy, I'm giving it to you, God. The next month, I found out I was pregnant. Ecstatic, like super. I'm like, you know, thank you, God. Like, that was quick, you know. Now, I don't want to give y'all false, you know, hope. I don't know. Hey, it may happen that quick for y'all. I was not expecting it to happen that quickly, but I got pregnant the next month. So yeah, I got pregnant the next month. Don't want to go all into that pregnancy story, but it really wasn't anything too crazy. I was on bed rest when I was 35 weeks. When I was like 35 weeks. But like I said, I worked in a hospital, so I did a lot on my feet. I was kind of like stressed a little bit, like my job. So anywho, that's a whole nother story. Long story short, I was pregnant, and we went. At that time, my husband was gone. My husband's active duty military, so he was gone. So I went to the ultrasound one time by myself, probably like 3 weeks before I was even supposed to find out what I was having. And the lady was like, this is the same lady before who was telling me about my ectopic pregnancy. And she was like, do you want to know what you're having? And I was like, oh, you can tell? And she's like, yeah. And she told me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to run out and tell my husband. So I picked up my phone, I FaceTimed my husband. I'm like, babe, guess what it is? Guess what we're having? And he was like, a girl? And I was like, no, it's a boy. And he was so happy, right? Because I know I didn't really care. I thought my baby was healthy, but I knew my husband wanted a son, and I really wanted to give him a son. But also too, we were both happy just to even be able to, for me to be even able to get pregnant again. Because I was terrified that my other 2 was blocked. I didn't know, you know, but it's not. So, long story short, I gave birth to a son. His name is Elijah. When I heard the name Elijah, I believe in names having meaning and purpose. When I heard the name Elijah, I was like, I love that name, Elijah. And I looked at the meaning. And Elijah means Jehovah is God. And I was just like, yes, I received that. Like, it was confirmation for me. Jehovah is God. God is God. If he said you're going to get pregnant, it might not be this year. It might not be next year, but it's going to happen. Trust in him. Believe in him. If he tells you, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. If that's God's plan for you, that is what it's going to be. So, sorry, y'all, I got a little excited. But yeah, so when I heard that name, I was like, and I looked it up, and I was like, that's my son's name. His name is going to be Elijah. Jehovah is God. Yes. believe, you know, you gave me that dream that I was gonna have a son, and I gave birth to a son. I had a son. So yeah, if I could, just wanted to share that story with you guys. Another disclaimer too, also during the time that I got pregnant, I had a little summer cold, so I was taking Mucinex, and my husband and I went on vacation right after. But I had like a little summer cold, and I couldn't get rid of it, so I was taking a lot of Mucinex, right? A lot of Mucinex to get rid of it, to get a lot of the mucus and the congestion out of my body. And I did some research. I don't know. I think I had did some research. I had came across a website or something. And I had read somewhere they were saying that if you want to get pregnant, or if you're having issues with getting pregnant, try using Mucinex, because it thins out like your mucous membrane or something, and it makes it easier. Y'all, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, okay? Don't sue me if it don't work. I don't know. But hey, who knows? Maybe that helped. Of course, glory be to God. It was all God. But also, y'all, hey, try. Maybe, I don't know if the Mucinex had anything to do with it. I don't know, but that helped speed stuff on a little bit. I don't know, but when I read that, I was like, wow, oh my gosh, because I was like, I was taking Mucinex. Like, I was taking Mucinex. So, I don't know. Just food for thought. But anywho, trying to think about what else. But yeah, I hope you guys, I don't really want to say enjoy my story. I don't know if I could give you guys some hope. I know they're called, you know, children are called rainbow babies after you lose one child and you give birth to another one. But if this video can help someone, because I was like, I'm telling you guys, like I was like obsessed with these videos, because I was terrified, like, oh my gosh, am I gonna have a baby? Am I gonna have a baby? You know, if people who've had ectopic pregnancies, have they had babies? Yes, I have had an ectopic pregnancy, and I gave birth to a beautiful, amazing, and I'm just like, sorry guys, I gave birth to a beautiful, amazing little boy, and I don't know what I would do without him. Like, he is such amazing, such a blessing. And, you know, I tell him, like, I prayed for you. I did. Like, I prayed for you to be here. Like, I love you. I prayed for you. I wanted you so bad. So, okay, I told you guys I'm not going to cry on camera. So, but it's happy tears. And, yeah, I hope I was able to give, even if it's just a little bit of positivity to someone, or just a little bit of light or hope. Because I understand what it's like to feel a little hopeless in a situation, and to want to grab even just a little bit of hope. So yeah, I hope this video helped someone. And if it did, if you could please like the video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening to my story. And I pray for all the women out there who have had ectopic pregnancies, because it's definitely hard and it's rare. And I was reading all of the causes, or what can make you like a high risk for ectopic pregnancy, and none of those risk factors pertain to me. So it kind of like blew me away. But wanted to make the video, like I said, spread some positivity, some light, and also some more information about ectopic pregnancy, because it's so rare. You hardly ever hear people talking about it. But anywho, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm a believer. I believe in God, and you know, whoever you believe, whoever you pray to, you know, pray for strength, pray for clarity. And I do pray that whatever is meant for you will happen for you in the right time. You know, sometimes things don't happen when we want them to happen. We don't know why, but I strongly believe that everybody has a purpose. Everything has a purpose, and everything happens for a reason. We may not be able to see it. I don't have all the answers. What was my purpose or reasoning behind having that type of pregnancy? I don't know. Somebody told me, well, maybe you had a bad tube and that tube had to come out. You know, maybe it would have caused some problems. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do know that God blessed me with a beautiful, amazing son. So, like I said, I hope this video was able to give someone some light, some positivity. And thank you guys for watching my video. Once again, my name is Tamara, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, or night if you're watching me at nighttime. But don't stay up too late like I did. Don't stay up. Get your rest. Get your rest. Get your rest. Have a great day, guys.